Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a spirit message for you on the equinox, intended to support you whenever you find it. The equinox in Libra today, the sun moves into Libra, signaling the decrease of the light and our focus on relationships. So before we get started, Scorpio, I want to thank you all for your likes and subscribes. I appreciate all the ways that you support me and ensure that I can continue to do what I love doing. Let's get started, Scorpio, with your overall energy, the Eight of Cups. I have to say that everyone has been getting the Eight of Cups. This is describing your desire to move on from something that has become that you've outgrown, something that has become overly familiar to you, perhaps mired in emotions or sticky feelings of not wanting to leave people or situations in which you feel that you've invested a lot and in which you know that others do not want you to leave. You're feeling the draw of your emotional ties to this situation. However, it is clear to you that in order to become happy, in order to seek your happiness and fulfillment, you must move on to what challenges you, what gives meaning to your life. So you're very close to this, and this is a last very brave effort to extricate yourself from unfulfilling relationships or an unfamiliar, overly familiar environment that you've outgrown. In the present, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is describing your healing process to date. So this healing process is something we have all been through, concurrent, I would say, with the pandemic, just globally speaking. You have implemented some of the understandings you have gained through the self-work that you've been doing, the confrontation of your limiting beliefs, your role and responsibility perhaps in failures, heartaches, or disappointments that you've experienced. And you're really applying those understandings to your life now as you recognize and come into greater alignment with those desires or those goals that are going to benefit you. You're also getting a chance to step back and look at your progress, recognize how much you've grown, and that this new beginning provides you with a foundation, a spiritual foundation on which you are moving forward and continuing to grow as you apply these understandings to your life. In the past, we have the Two of Coins. And this is you trying to juggle a couple of different resources, relationships, or options before you without the real means to focus on one or the other. In this case, I see you looking during this time of so many retrograde planets at the ways in which you have changed and you have grown. You're looking at the past, which was clearly beautiful, fulfilling, and supportive up to a point, and you're now looking at ways in which you can transition these experiences, these emotional connections into fulfilling opportunities in the future. You are comfortable moving away to something new, but you are really juggling the feelings of abandonment, guilt that you have as you are leaving this association with the possibility of abundance and fulfillment in the future. So this is you really juggling some powerful feelings and emotions as you transition from the familiar to the less familiar. In your immediate future, you have the Judgment, and this is beautiful. I love the Judgment card. This shows you consistently answering the call. Everything that you're doing, that you have been doing, is in response to the call of your spirit. This is you being solidified in the work that you are here to do. The service you provide is something that you have learned to vibrate to, and to recognize that others in your environment are equally have a specific role to play, a purpose. As you understand and answer this call, you are rejuvenated and refreshed, and you are recognizing an opportunity that may have existed in the past where this potential was not fulfilled, and you now have an opportunity to fulfill this potential, either in a similar environment, in a similar relationship, or with someone new in a new situation. So this is a beautiful card of a redo, a do-over, and it actually is very consistent with the large number of retrograde planets that we're experiencing right now, when you do have a global view of your past efforts and the way to move forward and correct something, to make something right. I'm going to clarify the Four of Swords here with the Four of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So interesting, because I do see you balancing this offer, this way that you've made, this foundation that you are currently creating for yourself. It not only is spiritual, but it's deeply emotional. And you are considering opportunities that you specifically wanted, you specifically asked for, you specifically manifested. And you are recognizing that it looks different than you thought it would look. So the ways in which we expect happiness, resources, fulfillment to come from others, you are now learning that yes, others may fill those spaces in our lives, but that happiness is a result of your finding that happiness within. These are opportunities you have created and are selecting moving forward. You're also balancing out this sense of independence with this desire for more love, for this emotional and spiritual foundation that can be a relationship, but that doesn't change your independence. And this is something I hope all of us can hear. Our independence does not mean we are bachelors. Our independence means that we have a purpose and a mission, and any partnerships can help to amplify that, to help us to connect more deeply to our desires, to our wishes. So this is you really being solvent in yourself and in a position to invest in others, so that it doesn't jeopardize the resources that you have earned and gained. Beautiful reading, Scorpio. I'm going to pull a botanical inspiration. And I pulled the Gerbera Daisy. And the key words of this card are purity, cheerfulness, and innocence. A Buddhist monk said, "The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it." Thank you so much for this beautiful reading, Scorpio. Until next time, namaste.